Hello, I'm Gustavo Tolosa, your whole food plant-based coach and creator of The Power of Us, the 7-day reboot, reset, and detox program. I just want to show you how in about an hour and a half, maybe two, you can make enough food for 3 days, maybe even four. It's easy, it's affordable. You just have to get some easy to find ingredients together, and voila, it's ready. So let's go to the kitchen, and I'm going to show you how I make quite a few things there. Since I turn on the oven, I'm going to use it to bake more than one thing, and while those things are baking on the regular stove, I'm going to have three other things going. So I'm going to take advantage of the time that the oven is on with the casserole and other things in it, which is about an hour to an hour and a half. And during that time, I'm making the other things. So it's easy. Okay, let's go see it. So, all right, we have here onions that have been sliced. These are 2 large onions. Slice them, and then in a 9 by 13 pan, you want to put a layer of these onions, and then we're going to continue with the other ingredients. After you get this layer, we're going to put these thinly sliced potatoes. We're going to put a layer. It's more than a layer, actually. It's like, well, at least 2, maybe 3 layers of these potatoes, which it's, what I have here is 4 large potatoes cut in either 1/4 or 1/8 inch. Okay, and I did wash them twice. That may help a little bit. We're getting just a little bit of the starch out, but that's not a big deal unless you are worried about, I don't know, something to do with your sugar levels, but it's usually okay to not wash them. And then I have 2 large red bell peppers. I think they need to be red because they are the sweetest. They're not kind of bitter. And so this is 2 of them that I have sliced. And you're going to make a layer of these red bell peppers. I guess you could use orange, but as you get closer to yellow and then green, it's not going to be as good as with red. And then we're going to do a layer of, or not a layer, but maybe a couple of heaping teaspoons of fresh chopped garlic. Okay, I chopped 6 cloves of garlic here. Okay, and then after you do that, you want to do a layer of sliced tomatoes. That's what we have next. And I have 3 large round tomatoes. Oh, sorry, before that, we have what is going to create the nitric oxide for our artery health, and that's greens. You need a large bunch of Swiss chard, or it could be kale, or it could even be maybe even spinach. Okay, I used Swiss chard, kale, and beet greens. That's what I use. Okay. Now comes the layer of sliced tomatoes. Okay, this has a lot of health benefits, and lycopene is very powerful for cancer prevention, for prostate cancer, And now we're going to add one more layer of these thin potatoes. You have to understand that when this goes in the oven for about an hour, this reduces in size. So even if it's all the way up to the top, don't worry, it will not be so full. Okay, so probably to cover everything, I'm gonna need to do a couple of layers of these potatoes, and notice how they're thinly sliced. Okay, and I did peel them. They're not organic, and I wasn't sure if the peel was going to, I don't know. I wasn't sure if that was going to work. So now I'm going to put the remainder of the onions. I did have some potatoes left, which I'm going to use to make a wonderful mashed potatoes while this is cooking. Okay, so just make sure that that's all evenly spread, and whatever was left from the 6 garlic cloves, I'm going to add it here. And now come the spices. And for the spices, okay, you need 1.5 cups of vegetable broth, no sodium. And then I mixed here 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon dried oregano, and you can see it here on the screen. You can see what I mixed, and that goes. I don't know if I'm going to put all of the 1.5 cups. I think it's more like a cup, maybe 3/4 of a cup, but I'm going to use whatever I have left over to add to the water that I'm going to use to boil the potatoes to make the mashed potatoes. Okay, so now you want to cover it with parchment paper because you don't want the foil to touch the food, and then you can put foil so that it is nicely covered. And this is going to go in the oven, which is preheating. Okay, you have to preheat the oven at 375 degrees. 375, it could be even up to 400, but no more than that. Okay, this is going to the oven. Okay, and it's going to bake for 1 hour. I'm going to put it on a baking sheet so that it doesn't get burned at the bottom, but go ahead, put it in the oven for 1 hour. And now while that is cooking, I'm also going to use the oven to cook some sweet potatoes. I have a large potato that I want to cook. I had 2 medium onions, and I had a few garlic cloves. I'm gonna take advantage of the oven and make that and bake it as well. Here, in the meantime, I am steaming some beets that are absolutely powerful for artery renewal. And these are the potatoes, okay, that I'm going to cook in water, barely covered, in water, and I put the potato mix that was left over. So while that is going, let's make some green sauté. So I have a medium or a large onion that is on medium-high heat here. And I have probably, that was 6-7 medium mushrooms. You don't have to use mushrooms if you don't like it. That's a little bit of turmeric, a little bit of cayenne pepper or black pepper to activate the turmeric. This is black cumin, which I have. You see how I just put a little bit of, you don't have to use a lot. That's also a tiny bit of, what was that? Well, this here is soy sauce. The other was powdered ginger, just a little bit. So, okay, I'm going to cook this at medium-high heat for like 5 minutes, probably not more than that, and then open it, and let's see what else. You don't have to add this, but I had a yellow zucchini from my yard, and so I went ahead and added it. That's optional. Okay, I'm also going to let it cook for 5 minutes. And now ooh, look at that. The potatoes are going. They're cooking, and the beets are also cooking, and the greens here. Now we need to add the actual greens, which is what I had left over from the casserole. It's a combination of Swiss chard, kale, and beet greens. Okay, so there you go. How much is probably put as much as you want. There is no recipe here. I didn't have much. That was probably 2 or 3 cups. I usually make more than that. And that's 3 garlic cloves chopped that I put kind of at the end so that the garlic doesn't get damaged by heat. And now this is in medium-low, and it's going to cook for probably 10 minutes until it's soft. Then I do uncover it so that it dries out a little bit, and the potatoes are ready. So let's go ahead, get all of that juice out and save it just in case we need it. And we're going to go ahead and mash it. These are going to be really delicious mashed potatoes because of all this spices and condiments that the water had. Oh yes. Delicious. Absolutely delicious mashed potatoes. That is if you have any of the potatoes left over from the casserole. And here, wow, did you hear that? We're having a storm, obviously. Okay, I'm turning off the heat. It's nice and just a little bit dry, which is good. I don't want it too soupy. And that's the green mixture to go with the mashed potatoes. And of course, a very powerful, hard vegetable here, tuber, is the beets. So I'm gonna have some of that as well. The casserole is still cooking and should be done in a few minutes. So I will show you when I take it out of the oven. Okay, so here is after 1 hour, it's cooked, but now we're going to take it back to the oven for another 20 minutes or so uncovered. You can see the bubbling. So that's gonna go there for about 20 minutes until it gets brown on the top. And this is what it looks like. Okay, it is done. The bubbling, and you can see how it's nice and brown on top. So we will let this cool down for probably 20-30 minutes, and then we'll try it. It's time. Let's cut a piece here. Okay. Oh, the tomatoes and the red bell peppers. At least the aroma is truly amazing. Look at that. Let's take a bite. Let's see. Potato. I want to bite with potato. This is crispy here. And tomato, greens, red bell pepper. That looks like a pretty good bite that includes everything. Well, it is a winner for sure. Let's see. Okay. Enjoy it and let me know how you liked it.